Hi everybody, sorry about the delay. We've had some technical difficulties in my office, so I actually have to take the call outside, and it's quite loud in the background as you can hear, so sorry about that. I had quite a few things to share with you. I'm going to try and get as much across as quickly as possible because unfortunately, yeah, the sound quality in the background is pretty bad as you can hear. I'm going to run through it. Herman can't join us. Today was supposed to be the first of our ecosystem AMAs, but unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, the ecosystem project in question, which was supposed to be, well, it's something you haven't heard a lot about, so we were looking forward to it. But they had a pretty important meeting with the devs and Herman right now, so they couldn't join us, and Herman can't join us either, but he will give a text update later on today, just to let you guys know how it's going with the core development and stuff. We have Diego and Marv here, and we have John to administer the quiz later on as well. I have to announce the quiz winners from last week actually, and this week's will be done this evening. So I'm just going to jump straight into my slides. If it gets too loud here, then I'm just going to cut myself short and then give you guys a text update in the chat straight away. And then we'll lead through to Diego and then Marv, and then John will do the quiz as I just mentioned. So without further ado, I'm going to just jump into our slides for today. Bear with me there. Hang on a second. Okay, so one thing that I didn't mention in the slides, which I wanted to actually cover as well, was a question that some people had regarding the Treasury. I think we've actually dedicated the guts of 2 AMAs to this, but it's worth mentioning again just to clear up any kind of uncertainties that anybody has. So basically, we've taken the approach where we would really emphasize having a low burn in terms of our expenditure during the bear market, and also not over leverage the company in any way, meaning we would avoid any loans or anything like that we would have to pay back down the line. For anybody who knows a bit about corporate finance, you'll know that it's a fine line to tread between leveraging the company to expand and also making sure that you're not over leveraged, which will in turn discourage any potential investors or lenders in the future if you do need to go back to capital markets to fund the project further. Thankfully, we haven't done that, and in combination with that, we've also been able to gain quite a lot of funding in the past year, which we haven't burned through. So this kind of amounts to a good equation for the project, wherein we have the treasury to last years, if needs be, even in a bear market, which is quite encouraging. Any entrepreneurs out there will know that having a very long runway is the important thing. And if you have product market fit in a long enough runway, then sooner or later, you'll start to become profitable. In combination with this, we've also worked hard to establish sometimes minor, but nevertheless very helpful revenue streams, which makes sure that we tip the equation, the financial equation, further in our favor. So unlike a lot of other projects, basically to summarize, we're in a very healthy financial position. We've also managed to run business processes and marketing processes that are very lean and that don't spend too much money necessarily, especially during a bear market, which you can imagine is not the time to spend a huge amount of money. So we managed to keep things ticking over, and we're very optimistic about the future. Otherwise, just a brief and kind of vague update about the Layer 0 implementation, which Herman mentioned would be rolling out pretty soon. That's all going on track and on time and as per the schedule. We'd like to reveal an exact time as to when this will be rolled out from testnet to mainnet, but it's probably better if we just give a indication that it will be pretty soon in the coming weeks, and then you can and then you can just expect us to give a more firm date about that in the near future. With regards to consulting, and there was a couple of questions from Diego and other people about consulting, I'll give a brief update about this. So first and foremost, we've had tremendous interest from people. Diego asked about the kind of mechanics of what people are actually looking for when they approach us. And in general, I have to say the standard of a lot of consulting initiatives and projects in the crypto space are very, very, they leave a lot to be desired, to be honest. And they mainly focus on basically reselling marketing initiatives or giving really vague kind of, tech advisory kind of stuff, which is not really helpful. Whereas we're more of a full service consulting division. We can help people with everything from legal to strategy, banking and finance, marketing, business development, fundraising, and of course, and most importantly, the technology side, which would encompass things like audits, which would also encompass things like custom blockchain development and other technical expertise that we can share, that we can essentially lend out to potential customers and clients for a fee. So that's quite promising. It's been going quite well. We've had a number of discussions and leads, quite a few actually. And on top of that, we also have a potential, I don't want to go into too much detail now because I don't want to drum a pipe about something that's still being negotiated, but one of the largest blockchain platforms out there has a specific niche incubator, which we believe we will possibly be able to partner with to basically offer consulting services to all the projects that are launching on their chain. But as you guys know, Cherry is a very interoperable and compatible chain. And we are pretty confident that we can get that over the line and then also strategically bring some of these projects to a certain extent within the purview of the Cherry technical ecosystem. So that's quite promising, and we're very keen to push on with that. Hopefully by this time next week, when we will have the ecosystem project, we're going to do the ecosystem AMA hopefully next week if there's no cancellations in the meantime. Hopefully we'll have more interesting and tangible news and partnerships announced with regards to our consulting division. Tomorrow we have a big refresh for a number of social media initiatives. One thing that I forgot to write down was that tomorrow the next iteration of the Cherry Labs University will be released. It's quite interesting. Our head of content and Diego and John as well have been working away on getting this over the line. It's pretty expansive and very comprehensive. So anyone out there who's looking to sharpen up their knowledge of blockchain and the Web3 space will probably be well served to check it out. Furthermore, it's also of strategic value because we are actually driving interest to the project with the university. We aim to be the most comprehensive and kind of well-rounded crypto information space in the industry. It's a bold target, but it's one that we think that we're already halfway there to completing. So that's quite exciting as well. And that brings me to the next and second last point that I wanted to cover, which is the social media initiatives that I've mentioned a couple of times before. We'll be launching tomorrow. I'll give a few more details now. It's basically on TikTok and Instagram. We have a very close kind of collaborator and also community member who's been working very hard, knows everything that there is to know about the project. Was also in Lisbon around when we were at the Web Summit, so they took some footage and they came with us to just kind of experience that event. And now we're kind of giving them a bit of assistance in representing Cherry on TikTok and on Instagram. They're very experienced and talented when it comes to this kind of content. It's really enjoyable content to make and to view. So tomorrow we'll be announcing and launching that. Again, it's kind of an independent and third-party initiative, but it's one that we're supporting because it's a valued community member and they really know their stuff, and it's really cool. And it's going to be a good way to spread the word about the Cherry project and the Cherry vision. So that's kind of cool as well. Coming back to the ecosystem, we have two ecosystem projects that will fully launch in the next 7 days, I think. And this will kind of dovetail with the ecosystem AMA initiative that we discussed last week, where we would basically every second week we'll focus our AMA on a specific ecosystem project, quite aside from Cherish and Seedling, because Marv and Diego are basically fixtures in our AMA at this point. So what that means is basically, to give you a bit of a background again on why we're doing that. The core development has stabilized somewhat, in that it isn't so much short-term but medium-term goals, which is a great place for the dev team to be in. And this, of course, also fits into the fact that now we're expanding the ecosystem as much as possible, and the ecosystem is expanding itself. So it makes more sense for us to dedicate more of our quality time with you guys to discussing what is actually going on the Cherry chain as opposed to with the Cherry chain itself, if you get what I mean. So with that, I'm going to hand you over to Diego because, and I'm very sorry again about how loud it is here. There's a police car driving by with the siren on, so I'm sure it hasn't been very comfortable to listen to me with all the background noise. I'm very sorry about that, but yeah, something unforeseen came up in my office. So I'm going to hand you over to Diego now, and I'm going to mute my microphone to save your ears for a while. Thanks very much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in a few minutes again.
Hello, guys. And happy to be here, like every Wednesday, and thank you, Owen. As always, I'll start by talking about the projects. We have already reached to an agreement with Foxtrot. They are doubting between two dates, if maybe mid-end December would be the best, or mid-January. We do want to make it as good as possible. Our teams have been contacting KOLs and sending them their way, so they and us, we can profit from our contacts and maybe make a collaboration with one or many of the KOLs. This is again on them to decide. We will also get substantial exposure from their side and from their marketing team. We will try and get some exclusive stuff, NFTs or other essential gifts from their gaming company for our community. And yeah, guys, we are having and analyzing calls on a regular basis. So today we had even another call with a soccer platform. 2 days ago with a very exclusive DeFi and wallet integration platform. So yeah, we're ultimating details and asking the relevant questions for our due diligence to see what's up. We also have a huge project that we have already closed deal with some months back that have been delaying their TGE for obvious reasons. And we are happy to see that they have been building nonstop, not waiting for the market to come back, but concentrating on focusing on building, which is something we love to see, and hopefully we'll have this project soon. Some of you, I'm sure you know the project we're talking about, as it was one of the first ones mentioned back 6-7 months ago. Our efforts have also been put on the consulting side, which is already working and at high speed, generating leads and talks with many projects, as Owen mentioned. We have a very big potential partner, which will also make Seedling create new fundraising opportunity for you guys. We are iterating on different methods and analyzing the best responses to get a better success rate. Again, have in mind, as mentioned earlier, that work on this side from Seedling will also help us to bring projects to Seedling, especially those that maybe have a bigger involvement. We have a bigger involvement in and can maybe get better opportunities in the pre-sale stage. Yeah, so the next point is the newsletter. Again, guys, newsletter is a great alternative for those that are maybe not too available to be looking up at every development or keep up with the updates on the AMAs. So yeah, that's a cool way to keep up. Also, must say, earlier today we got in contact with a marketing company that will help us with some cool initiatives we got planned, including some visual content we want to put out to help in our value refreshing campaign. I don't think we can give an ETA, an expected time of arrival, but just wanted to let you guys know that it's pretty much decided, the steps to take and the different parts of the marketing push, and that we are just verifying the last couple of amendments for a better reception from the community. As always, I encourage all of you guys to share your thoughts, feedback, and opinions on what you guys would love to have in Seedling. It can be from specific projects to other approaches, such as, I don't know, investment in equity, for instance, or any other cool ideas that you would like to see in our platform. We are a very receptive and flexible team and love to get input from the community. So yeah, guys, that is all from for today. I believe we will now have some comments from Marvin, and we will finish with the quiz as always.
Thank you for the introduction, Diego. Lovely to hear from an ecosystem project like yourself always in these AMAs. When it comes to Cherish, I've said this before last week, but this is just really the case. Development is going ahead at a breakneck speed. Me, myself, I've been testing a lot of the features that we've been implementing and how the platform is taking shape. I've explained this a bit in the chat, why I'm taking a role in this as well. It's partially because the niche issues, the niche functions and features that Cherish will have really influence the way that people will experience the platform, how it feels, and the identity of the platform. So this is a very tedious but fun, time-consuming task. But you know, this really shapes what Cherish will be in the future. So it's definitely worth it for everybody involved, all the stakeholders. So we've been working on a creator interview for about a week now. That should be out pretty soon. I've just looked at the draft and that should be good to go. I hope tomorrow or the day after we'll be able to release that. And if not, it'll be Monday. Then today we featured a new featured creator, Bridget. I definitely urge you guys to check out her work. She's a really talented analog artist, I'll say so, a talented painter. So it would be awesome if you check her out. She will be one of the ones you can expect on Cherish as soon as we launch. Then I'd love to get you guys some sneak peeks soon of the platform so we can have a look at how everything is being done. And that is about it in Cherish. I'll thank you all for listening. Thanks for joining. Owen asked me to mention that himself, that Herman will be giving text updates later this evening to summarize what we were not able to mention in the AMA. And then I will leave you to the quiz. It was a quick AMA today, a lot of condensed information. So get your mind ready for some lightning round questions from John. I thank you all for joining and have a great day week. I'll speak to you guys next week.